little bit of leather and a little bit of lace. My oh my mother had a pretty face. My mother was a goddess, was a pagan. My dad, he was from the stars. He left his face a calling card on a planet Mars.
Good morning, fellow Vulcans, Betazoids, Ferengies, Klingons, Andorians, and humans, and all those serving throughout the universe in the fight for the preservation of it. Welcome to the Temple of Trek services of Shore Leave 29. I'm the voice of the Temple, Sharon. When unable to attend services in person, services can be seen and heard over station WENT 1701, the Federation Satellite Network, FSN, and downloaded from UView screen at services@temple.trek.com. Now please welcome the choir of the Robes of Many Colors by joining in and singing Make It So, hymn number 64 in the 5th hymnal.
Oh, the prime time shows are torrid, and Doogie Howser's horrid, so we know the place to go. Make it so, make it so, make it so. When we finally see next gen, will Yard be a Romulan? Will they really go so far for a blonde that's covered in tar? Oh, Cosby has lost his glamour, and the Simpsons are short of amour, but we know the place to go. Make it so, make it so, make it so. When Ford finally does come back, will he be more likely to attack? Has exposure to Klingons really changed the Mon? Oh, Rosie O'Donnell's dreary, and prime time exactly cheery, and we know where we'd like to go. Make it so, make it so, make it so. Make it so, make it so, make it so. Engage!
And now, the man who needs no introduction,
Dr. Trekwell.
Praise Trek!
Praise Trek!
Oh, you're a little weak this morning. Let's drown them out next door. Praise Trek!
Praise Trek!
Oh, that's better. I still remember how he complained he couldn't hear himself think that one day. Ah, it was fun.
that's the idea.
So good to see you all here today, bright and early, or at least early. Please bow your heads for the opening prayer. Put them down, or our phasers will hit you. Oh, Gene, keep Trek safe as we wander in the desert of Treklessness. That was a fun one. Help guide the next movie series. If you can cross over... What? Oh, I know what it is. If you can cross over, because the page has got a smear on it, keep Harry safe so that he can snuggle with Jenny some more. And beat the Dark Lord and his Death Eaters, late of Paramount. This we pray in your name. Praise Trek.
Praise Trek!
Well, we go right into another song, or we have news from the temple. This just in, Mr. Spock is still dead.
My line, Sansa Mike. There have been many changes in the temple since we last saw you at Shore Leave. Sister Tori, Brother Bill, and their family have relocated back to the Baltimore area after many years of missionary work on the Maryland Eastern Shore. Their youngest daughter has now graduated from high school and is preparing for a licensing exam in the fall in the field of cosmetology. Congratulations, Casey. Reverend Trekwell and I are proud to announce the graduation from high school of our son, Sean, our cameraman, who will be continuing his studies in history this fall in North Carolina. Sean has also earned his Eagle Badge, the highest rank in Scouting. Today, especially, we're sending good wishes out to Deacon Jim, who is usually here filming our services, so if you don't get the CD of this one, you know why. He's home with a migraine after 18 hours of gaming yesterday. Get well soon. The choir has given up trying to have everyone dressed in the same type outfit after Sister Sharon's cape was stolen from her van this year. We'll reorganize and try again next year. Sister Cammie has passed her pharmacy assistant's exam and will shortly be seeking employment outside the home. Dr. McCoy, we've got one for you.
Wait a minute, he's dead. That's not a good prospect.
Oh, you didn't hear about the new series then. And prayers are requested for Sister Marilyn's dogs, Sunshine and Domino, who are both experiencing serious health problems. Keep Sister Marilyn in your thoughts, too. Thank you for joining us, and we'll now continue.
The next song that the choir will sing is Jean-Luc, page 76, hymnal 5, also purple.
A very good cover this year. Nothing you can say can take me away from Jean-Luc. Jean-Luc. No man with hair can ever compare with Jean-Luc. Jean-Luc. I'm stuck to my captain like quark to a credit, like odor to a bucket, and don't forget it, I'm telling it from the start, I won't be torn apart from Jean-Luc. Nothing you can do can make me untrue to Jean-Luc. Jean-Luc. Riker's hairy face can never take the place of Jean-Luc. 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 I gave Jean-Luc my word of honor that I'd be faithful, and I'm gonna, you'd best be believing I won't be a leaving Jean-Luc. As a matter of opinion, I think he's tops. My opinion is he's the cream of the crop. As a matter of taste, to be exact, he's hot as Earl Grey. As a matter of fact, nothing you can say can take me away from Jean-Luc. 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 No man with hair can ever compare with Jean-Luc. 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 When he's tired of flying through the stars, he can make a living selling cars. You just can't fight it. He builds excitement, Jean-Luc. You just can't fight it. He builds excitement, Jean-Luc.
The first reading is from the Book of Roddenberry, The Blue Jean. And the talking heads went to the great bird and asked, well, it's 1969 and Trek is dead. How do you feel about that? And Jean just slapped them from their chairs and said, I feel much better now. For all that you have done to kill Trek, you have not killed it. But it's off the tube, said the senior talking head. It's as dead can be. Not so, said Jean. As long as there is one fan alive, Trek is alive. As long as one fanzine is written, Trek lives. As long as a filk is sung, Trek lives. As soon as the suits figure out they can make money off of a movie, Trek will live again. And so the great bird's promise came about. And Trek was once more alive in the world. Thus ended the reading. And what do we know about this? Never give up, never surrender. That's a different film, but what the heck, that's a good one.
Still apropos.
Always remember, you hold it. You own it. And they will all tell you that ownership means everything. So we have said for years here at the convention that if we had no guest stars, we'd have 800 people partying for 3 days to meet their friends. And that's Trek, baby. That's more fun than anything else. Praise Trek! Yeah, 20 years for Next Gen, 30 years for Star Wars, science fiction has really come a long way. Now it's mainstream. We have our own channel. Gee, how things have changed. We're not weird anymore.
Yeah, we are.
Okay, you can be weird.
Thank you.
We're normal as the rest of them.
Embrace your.
That's right. You're not weird to us because we've seen weird. We saw a little bit last night in Masquerade. Oh, that was weird.
Which part?
Oh dear. Weird is the fact that they're showing a Simpsons movie and making a Simpsons movie. Weird is that we're going to have another game show on television. You know, can you remember the lyrics?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That game show's on. You don't have to sing well. You just have to remember the lyrics.
Last line.
There's one on Fox, one on NBC.
The singing bee.
Oh, please.
One is, don't forget the lyrics, one is the
Singing bee.
And how many people here are smarter than a fifth grader?
I'll tell you one thing, I've watched that show and they're teaching things in 5th grade today they didn't teach till I was in high school.
Amen, sister. Right.
And they're also teaching things on that show, and you're going,
Tell me, how could you not know that?
yeah.
Uh-huh.
You know,
Especially, what I like is they always show the SAT scores and whether the guy went to college and how well he did. And it's like, you can't answer this?
He just forgot. He knew it. Everybody doesn't know it now. He didn't need it.
No.
Oh, see, they couldn't do that to me because I never took the SATs.
I didn't either.
I wasn't going to college, so why was my
My
parents
SATs. I took the ACTs.
Most of our songs are next gen out of the hymnal because of we picked a theme even though I couldn't remember it. And why don't we go right to the collection song, which is Warpity Warpity on page 49. Hymnal number 4. 1, 2, 3. That was the gold one.
What are we collecting for today?
We're collecting for the Maryland Food Bank. I was going to collect for the Motion Picture Home and Fund and Hospital, but you know,
Bill's not here.
Bill's not here to take the money back with him, so.
You said number 49?
Yep.
Warpity, warpity.
Here comes Troy the Betazoid, feels her way through spacious void. Warpity, warpity, Star Trek's on its way. Here he comes Jean-Luc Picard, sounds like something from the Bard. Warpity, warpity, Star Trek's on its way. Captain down the Enterprise, he's as bold as he is wise. Warpity, warpity, that's the Star Trek way. Here comes Data the android, wishing he were humanoid. Warpity, warpity, Star Trek's on its way. Tasha Yarsa, we've been told, says she's good as he is gold. Warpity, warpity, that's the Star Trek way. Here comes Riker number 1, he sure knows how to have fun. Warpity, warpity, Star Trek's on its way. He's an alien culture's buff, loves those aliens sure enough. Warpity, warpity, that's the Star Trek way. Here comes Geordi, he is blind, but he has a cute behind. Warpity, warpity, Star Trek's on its way. He's a visor on his face, he can see most any place. Warpity, warpity, that's the Star Trek way. Here comes Warp Security Chief, answers the question, where's the beef? Warpity, warpity, Star Trek's on its way. Wishes he had a girlfriend, one who would like break or bend. Warpity, warpity, that's the Star Trek way. We're gonna get back on course with this thing if it kills us. Warpity, warpity, Star Trek's on its way. Makes for trouble for everyone, so we can have Star Trek fun. Warpity, warpity, that's the Star Trek way. Here she comes, Lieutenant Yard, she drives Data like a car. Warpity, warpity, Star Trek's on its way. She plays her death scene so nice, Roger ever do it twice. Warpity, warpity, that's the Star Trek way. Here he comes, our friend Trelane, does cute blood run in his veins. Warpity, warpity, Star Trek's on its way. Cooks a meal that looks delish, but you'd hate to eat that dish. Warpity, warpity, that's the Star Trek way. There goes Wesley, he is gone, but the show will carry on. Warpity warpity's that's the Star Trek way. Gone to the academy, got away from his mommy. Warpity warpity, that's the Star Trek way. Warpity warpity, that's the Star Trek way.
Harmony! Oh my God!
Thank you, Martha.
Oh, another 20 years we'll be swinging like a slime devil. The second reading is from the Revised Standard Edition of the Book of Roddenberry, The Green Gene. Of course, you have to know.
You gotta be old enough to get that.
One.
Yeah, perfect.
We're old enough, we're just ignoring it.
And Gene spoke to the Finn. Worry not, for always Trek shall be with you. Sure, there'll be stumbles along the path, Enterprise, where the story will get muddied, but always will a fan bring it back to the true path of Trek and Ithaca.
Praise the true path.
Praise the true path.
Praise the path that doesn't look like this rug. Praise How many times have we been on the threshold? Old Trek, Next Gen, DS9, Voyager, Enterprise, the original movies, Next Gen movies, always the cry is, we are doomed! But truly we are not, for Trek, once it was set in motion, sustains itself through the Finn and their offspring. And some of our offspring are
Getting married themselves.
yes, and scaring the hell out of the rest of us.
Well, see, now we don't.
Over the hill? What hill? I don't remember no damn hill.
You have to remember now that we are now under the third, fourth generation breast care for some people.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
And we're not even on Compens. As the rain follows the drought and revives the land, so Trek will bloom again, and all will be right in fandom. Be then ye content. Oh, by the way, said the great bird, it works this way for Galactica, Bab 5, Alien Nation, Star Wars, and even Harry Potter. Praise Trek!
Praise Trek.
You forgot the game.
Harry, what?
You forgot Stargate.
Oh, for God's sake. Everybody that thought that was the weirdest episode they ever saw on Stargate, raise their hand.
Well, no, actually, it was one of those been there, done that, and I was hoping that he wouldn't walk out of the shower saying,
It's all
Was it
been a
dream?
dream. Just a little dream. Bum, 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 bum. The next hymn is Star Trek Family, page 48, hymnal 4.
May the Lord have mercy on our souls.
and this is where you
the great bird. Can we click? There's Betazoids and Klingons, there's Betazoids and humans, there's Romulans and Zayans, the Star Trek family. There's androids and there's Frenchmen, there's Russians and their henchmen, and Dorians and Vulcans, the Star Trek family. Da-da-da-dum,
They're neat.
da-da-da-dum,
Petite.
da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da.
Petite.
They're greedy and they're slimy, their fingernails are grimy, their heads look like their heinies, Ferengi of Star Trek. The Klingons say are meanies, they're known for their cuisine, like our tetrazzini, the Klingons of Star Trek. The Vulcan ears are pointed, they say they're double jointed, in logic they're anointed, the Vulcans of Star Trek. Da-da-da-dum,
Laji.
da-da-da-da,
Treji.
da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da.
That's French.
Praise Trek.
Praise Trek. Let's just get some.
Testify, sister, testify. You want to go back 30 years to Paramount and wring their necks for not using George Takei better than they did. His performance in the New Voyages is phenomenal.
John Wayne liked him.
Uh-huh.
And James Cawley, he's even got Kirk down packed
Oh,
with
he has.
mannerisms and the winks with the women and everything.
Well,
Yeah, and
it's
then-
not hard.
Praise Kirk!
Praise Trekwell.
Praise Trek. you have to be a Southern and a little craggy to be Dr. McCoy.
Now, y'all, if you didn't get
Oh,
to see
you
it,
know, you have to be a Scottish to be.
if you didn't get to see it here, really, when you get home, get on your computer, go to newvoyages.com, watch this episode. It is there's an actress in there. Her performance is just astonishing.
Oh, yes. Yes.
And it won't give anything away. But if you haven't seen it and you don't see this, you have missed real Star Trek, real classic Trek.
I mean, it's like you're back 30 years ago.
It's back 30 years ago, one of the best episodes.
And you'll also notice that every time one of the other groups did a go-back scene to original Trek, they always had the highest ratings. Because what did original Trek have? Original Trek had interaction between the people. You could tell they were friends, they worked together. They were professionals, but they could share a joke and they would, poke each other every once in a while just for the sheer fun of it.
Praise New Voyages.
Praise New Voyages.
Praise fan films.
Praise fan films. Now, my friends, that would be a good theme. Always remember that the original Trek set the mood for everything else, and then they screwed it up and around with it. The only one that had a real ending was DS9. You knew where everybody went. Everybody had a place. They could bring them back if they wanted to. They could cross them over someplace else. It's not like many of them. Babs 5 had a closing. You knew what happened. Then they filled into the interior with films. But Next Gen and Voyager are just like, we're out there that way, and we don't know what happened.
Yeah, Voyager came home.
Weren't you there?
Well, they came home twice. They came home 2 different ways.
No, they only came home once. Oh, yeah, okay, when she went back, all right, yeah. All right.
I know one thing. If I see another Trek and they start making all this use of time travel to change things, or they don't keep to the lexicon, I'm actually going to yell and scream. Because I'm tired of it.
You tired of Cher songs?
Of what?
Cher songs. If I can turn back time.
If we can turn back time.
And we're going to turn back time.
Well, she's managed to do it, but she's used a knife and a couple great big clips. Whereas one comedian said that these weren't really hers, they were actually her kneecap because she had her face looking so awesome.
It had to be Joan Rivers.
Oh, yeah.
He's back, Weston. Moving along.
The next song
Yeah, really.
is Riker number 1, one of the few actors that have made fun of us. Page 77, hymnal number 5. That would be purple again.
I'm Riker number 1, I am. Riker number 1, I am. I got lucky with the alien next door. I've been lucky many times before, and everyone was an alien. I wouldn't have a humanoid from Earth. I'm a great space jock, I'm number 1. Riker number 1, I am. Riker number 1, I am. Second verse, same as the first. Sung a little louder and it sounds a little worse. I'm Riker number 1, I am. Riker number 1, I am. I got lucky with the alien next door. I've been lucky many times before, and everyone was a hologram. Wouldn't have a humanoid from Earth. I'm a great space jock, I'm number 1. Riker number 1, I am. Riker number 1, I am. I'm a great space jock, I'm number 1. Riker number 1, I am. Riker number 1, I am.
That's why I like crowd participation. Way to go, Miss Ian. Put them echoes and extras in there. Now, I've been told by the Temple Tones they have a song.
Okay.
Why, yes, we do.
Oh, good.
These are the Temple Tones. They're the only people who have ever performed with us in our lives. And they repeatedly come back
Well, she keeps writing them and making me sing, so.
Garth Brooks wanted to use this for a comeback, and we said, no, we've got the Temple Tones.
And so do you.
Dick Dale and the Temple Tones.
Pardon?
Move back.
Move back.
Yes, along.
Yes. I guess so.
A long time ago when we were all much younger,
Back over here.
there were,
That way you can be seen by the camera.
Oh, the one that's actually
when
working.
we were all much younger, there was, they announced actually a choir competition. And the Potemkins from Pittsburgh turned out to be the only group that actually fielded a choir.
So we won.
Yeah, and then we get to come back every year. There were more of us then, but you know, you find the persistent core. This is called the summons, and I was to say the importance of taking the trek and passing it on.
We climb, follow, trek, if great bird calls your name. Will you show trek joy you know and never be the same? Will you follow its laws, welcome others' gifts and flaws? Will you join the noble cause to bring the world to trek? Will you stand proud with the geeks if great bird calls your name? Will you bear the label freak, for you are not the same? Will you follow great bird's creed? Will you live in word and deed? Will you be what great bird needs to bring the world to trek? Yes, I will come and follow trek when great bird calls my name. I will show the joy I know that I am not the same. I will follow great bird's creed. I will live in word and deed. I will be what great bird needs to bring the world to trek.
Very nice. Can we wrap this up?
Yes, yes. The last song is a real shock to Julie Andrews, I'm sure. It's So Long Farewell with a slight slant to it. Page 66, hymnal number 5.
So long, farewell to traitor's generation. You're gone like dodo birds and alien nations. So long, farewell to our Jean-Luc Picard. You read your lines just like they're from the bard.
That was your line.
So long, farewell to our dear number one. With all those alien chicks, you sure had fun. So long, farewell to our friend Mr. Data. And memories in VHS and Beta. So long, farewell to Worth if you were grumpy. I would be too if my head were so lumpy. So long, farewell. I'm saying goodbye to Jordy L. The million yards.
No, we're skipping one.
Deanna feels it's time to say goodbye. She senses that the end is drawing nigh. Goodbye.